Man, it's in the low 20s out here in the countryside in Tennessee, and we gotta go get trucking. It's way too cold out here. Yeah, we're not gonna do an intro. We're gonna record that one later. Let's get rolling. Trailer, we're on our way. It always takes a little longer than I think it should. Even though I paid for multiple days at that parking spot, once you use a QR code to get in and get out, it's like that barcode expires, the QR code expires, so you have to call them and get them to open it up. You gotta give them all your information and stuff. And then I just left a little later than I wanted to. I woke up at the time I wanted to. I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, but by the time the truck actually registered coolant and oil temp above, you know, the needle just sitting on the bottom. I at least wanted to see my oil temp register. And once it did that, then I took off. But took a lot longer than I anticipated that it would for that to happen. I thought at least you know, like 20 minutes was good enough to like get the oil moving and stuff, but once it just showed 100 degrees, then I put it in gear and took off. But yes, we have a 5 a.m. appointment in Cookeville, Tennessee, so we gotta grab 840 up here just outside of Murfreesboro, take it through Lebanon, and go out to 40 East, and then we'll head up that way to Cookeville. And then we'll make our delivery, and we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how long that takes, and we'll see what we do after that, because we have no clue. But yep, I'll catch up with you guys down the road. I gotta kind of be efficient with my drive time right now, because our ETA is 4:50 in the morning, and we got 5 a.m. appointment. And yeah, it is not exactly a flat road to get up where we're going. Cookeville's a little higher up in elevation than where we are, so we gotta take some you know, take some hills, so we probably won't get there at 4:50. Right now I'm just hoping to get there right at 5 o'clock, right at our appointment time. So, anyway, I'll catch up with you guys once we get there, or if anything exciting happens along the way. Alright, pulling in. Pulling in. Let's see where we're supposed to be at. I think I'll just hang out over here so I don't block anything up, and we'll go check in. It's 4:50, so we made good time. And yeah, let's see. Oh, there's not very many trucks here. It might be quick. All right, we got checked in. He said put it in door 12. Lumper fee is $200, so I'll get the money code from the broker, and we'll put it in door 12. And yeah, we'll see how long this takes. I don't know. I don't mind if it takes a while, because brokers aren't going to be open for a while anyway, so I gotta find the reload. sun is coming up, and they got me in and out over here in about an hour, so it's about 6 a.m. Just gonna grab my load locks so I don't forget these. And it's still a little too early to book a load on most with most brokers. Right now there's still the loads that are available are kind of from the automated load boards and stuff, where they aren't desperate to give us a good rate yet. So I'll hold off until they need they need to move their rates up. Either that, or I'll take a low rate going to a good market where I know I can get money, or a low rate going lots of miles so I can at least put down some miles, and what I don't spend in fuel I'll at least be able to make up in the number of miles that I put down. So all right, I got to pull forward a little further to get these doors open, and then we'll head down to a truck stop down the road and hang out there to look for loads. All right, I'm gonna stop over here at this 1.9 fuel stop because well, they've got $4.99 fuel. So that guy's facing the wrong direction. It tells you to wrap around. Anyway, $4.99 fuel in the Pilot network, and we have a Waffle House next door. Now they don't have much parking or any parking that I can tell on the map, but I'm gonna figure something out, and if I can't, then I'll just head on down the road. There's a TA at the next exit. Actually, the exit we were just at, this is one exit away from where we just were, so in any case, MBD, no big deal. Found some parking just across the street from the 1.9 with its $4.99 fuel price. Now at the 1.9 stops, you don't get a discount. At Pilots and Flying J's, I get like 12 or 14 cents or something like that. But the Pilot Flying J's around here anyway, we're at like 5.40. So this is 40 cents less than the Pilot Flying J. I didn't check on Mudflap or anything like that, but I bet that's almost comparable. Probably pretty dang close. But we're gonna go over here. Waking up at 2:30 in the morning makes a man hungry for some breakfast. So I'm gonna go get some Waffle House, and I'm gonna be looking for loads on the apps on my phone, on the Click and Goes, on Coyote. TQL has an app. I'll be on Uber, and Convoy doesn't really have much, but I'll at least check them out. And then by the time all of those Click and Goes, by the time I finish breakfast, it'll be 7 a.m. on the East Coast. 7 a.m. here, 8 a.m. on the East Coast, and I can really start looking for loads off the DAT load board on the computer, and really trying to, make all the phone calls and do the real work of looking for loads. So that's the plan right now. Eating breakfast, and then I'll just stay busy. But the thing is with Click and Goes, you don't, they just have like a set amount. They usually don't have, they're not like actually negotiating with you through the app. It's just like, it'll just reply with like an auto counter offer, and it's never what you actually need to do the load. So anyway, beautiful sunrise, beautiful Waffle House. Let's do this. All right, breakfast was good. Now it's time. It's 7 o'clock. It's time to hit the load boards. I got my computer up here on the steering wheel, and it's time to start looking for a load. And if we can find a load from up here in the Crossville, Cookeville area, then we'll be doing good. If we got to go back towards Murfreesboro, that's like 70 miles, 80 miles of deadhead. So I'd like to just find something up in this area. But there's not that many reefer loads that come out of here, but there are some van loads. But it just has to make sense for, you know, the mileage. Because van's been paying pretty low lately. And coming out of this area, van pays even less than usual, it seems like. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll get this thing connected to my hotspot at some point, and we'll be looking for loads. All right, there are 98 total loads coming out from within 100 miles of Cookeville. Yeah, there's a bunch I haven't looked at yet. So all the ones that are in bold are newer ones. All the ones that aren't bold are ones I looked at this morning before, you know, while I was unloading. So those were the ones that were kind of holding on there over the weekend, basically. So we'll see what we can find. I'm not going to record the whole thing, the whole search, because that takes forever. I'll let you guys know what we end up with. All right, it is now 9 o'clock, and I've been at this for a couple hours. There's 150 loads. At one point, there was 190 something loads within 100 miles of where I'm at. So there's kind of a lot of loads. I mean, comparatively, going, you know, ranging from going to like California to Phoenix to Vegas to all the way up to Washington State, Texas, a lot of stuff that goes down to Florida, North Carolina, some stuff that goes up to the Northeast, New York, Massachusetts. Anyway, yeah, there's plenty of loads, and I've emailed and called on a bunch of them already, but they only want to do like 225 a mile, 250 a mile, and it just, I don't know, doesn't see. Let me see if this is a broker. Hold on, let me answer this call. All right, that wasn't one of the brokers that I've been dealing with. That was Bobby. It's like, bro, number one, if you're gonna call me and offer your dispatch services, how about start off, you know, don't speak with like a heavy Indian accent and tell me your name's Fred or Bobby or Bill. Like, just tell me your real name. And if I can't pronounce it, that's okay, because I'm gonna hang up on you anyway. I mean, you might as well start off with like honesty. You know, if you really want my business, the worst thing you could possibly do is start out the conversation with an obvious lie. Just saying. Anyway, I'm gonna keep on looking for loads. I'm just gonna sit right here. No hurry to leave this spot. There's some loads like right around here that are up in Crossville, which is like not very far away, just up over the hill. So, kind of just gonna chill. And then at some point I'll get tired of chilling. Even though there's a KFC right here, you know, so I could be here all day. I mean, I got a 1.9 fuel stop with a shower. I've got a Waffle House for breakfast. I got a KFC for lunch. What else they got around here? Oh, there's a McDonald's across the freeway over there, and a Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, and a Cracker Barrel. See, I'm set right here. I got all I need right here. But no, I'm only like an hour from the house, hour and a half. So I'll go home here pretty soon if I can't get something on the truck. I was very determined in my mind when I started today. I was like, no, I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm gonna book a load. But then I started looking at the loads, and I'm like, they shouldn't be where they're at. Like, volume-wise, they shouldn't be this low. They're coming up on their deadlines for pickups, and they're like, you know, eager. They keep posting it like 17 times on the load board because they're trying to get it covered.
and yet they don't want to put money on it. And it's like, I know one way that you could get that covered that's better than listening at 10 different times from 10 different cities on the same load board. How about just pay a little more? Talk to your customer, say, hey, couldn't get it covered for $2 a mile. Let's pay $2.60 a mile. We'll get it covered right now. But no, they don't want to do that. Nope. No way, no how. I had one guy say, oh, all I got in this is $4,600. Well, then an hour went by, and then guess what? So I asked for like $5,500. It was to go to Reno, so I was like, hey, I'll throw an offer in, see what he says. And he had it on the load board for like $4,400 or something like that. And he goes, man, I bought this load for $4,650. I can't do anything above $4,500. Like, I need to make a little money too. I was like, okay, yeah, it just doesn't work out. That's fine. Maybe I'll get you on the next one, that kind of thing. And then about an hour later on the load board, I see that load go up for $4,700. And I'm like, well, looks like you're losing money on this one, aren't you, buddy? Maybe you should have just taken my offer at $5,500. Then you wouldn't be risking your truck being late to your pickup appointment. Just saying. Told him I was empty in the city that it picked up in, and he was like, okay, yeah, cool. Oh, I can only do this much though. I'm like, yeah, well, sucks to be you then, huh? Guess you better find another truck. Hope your driver doesn't roll it. Roll the windows down and put it in the river. All right. I'm going to keep on looking at the load board, but we'll see what happens. All right. Got a load. Wasn't my first choice. Wasn't my second choice. Wasn't my third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth or ninth or 10th choice. It was like my 11th or 12th choice. It's now almost 10:30. So it took me a while. And I got deadhead back to Murfreesboro, where we started this morning. But I got a load. It just runs down to Georgia. It does have 3 drops. So kind of a headache, but doesn't burn a ton of fuel, and it'll get me, it was on the board for $2,000. So I was like, okay, how many drops is it? And he goes, well, you're right about that. Definitely has multiple drops. It's got 3 drops, one in the early AM, like 3 a.m., one in the late AM, like 11 a.m., and then one in the afternoon, like 2 p.m. or something like that. Something spaced out like that, like 3, 9, and 2 or something like that. And so I just said, yeah, man, I said, can you get me $22.50 since it's a frozen load, and -10 and burning reefer fuel, and I got 3 drops, and I won't be able to get another load on the truck tomorrow. I was kind of just playing it up a little bit. And he goes, you know what? Let me see. He goes, $22.50. I said, yeah. And he goes, okay. And he goes, do you got a good driver on this? I said, I'm a one-man show, so I'm the driver, man. I think I'm pretty good. That's what I told him. I think so. I think I got a pretty good driver. I'm a one-man show, so I'm the driver. I think I'm pretty good. And he goes, no, that always works better. I like working with owner-operators better. And then he said, and you're empty? I said, yep, we're empty. We're good to go. Like, nothing like to keep me from being able just to go pick it up right now if you needed me to. And then he said, what else did he say? He asked me some other qualifier, like, just making sure that I was going to be, and he goes, okay. He goes, and you don't have any hours restrictions or anything, right? You're on a fresh clock. I said, yeah, I just started this morning, man. We took the weekend off, watched some college football. We're good. And so anyway, so he said, well, let me talk to the customer and find out. And I don't know if they talk directly to the customer, because a lot of these brokerages, they have like a carrier rep, and they kind of are your go-between for, like, they talk to the carrier and they like sell loads to the carrier, but the actual like customers have their own reps, and then the 2 reps talk to each other, and it's kind of like they each have, I have someone I talk to, but it's someone different than who the customers talk to, the shippers and receivers, the consignees, they talk to someone else totally different. So it's usually someone separate. But anyway, so he just said, well, I couldn't get you $22.50. And I was like, oh, okay. What could you get me? And he said, but I was able to get you 23. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah, I always ask for a little more because you never know what they're going to say. And he said, yeah, he said 23 would work. He said, I thought I'd offer 23 and he'd come back at like 21.50 or 22. But once I said 23 and I told him, you know, it's an owner operator, you're good. You got, oh, that's the other qualifier he asked me. He asked me the equipment. I said, yeah, it's a 2022 truck and a 2016 or 2017 trailer. I forget what it is, 2016, something like that. And he goes, okay, all right. So anyway, so he got me $50 more than what I asked for, which is a good tactic because at that company, all these guys, like I've talked to other guys at this brokerage, and the carrier reps, they're all kind of vying for like who's going to be like your rep because they need to book loads. And with the way that the market is right now, they're probably hurting for money. So they're trying to take care of the carriers because they want the carriers calling them and not just calling the main number and getting whoever answers the phone. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? So anyway, I mean, shoot, I saved his number. Like, he's like, I can't guarantee I can get you extra money every time, but that worked out pretty good. So just let me know. I'm like, bro, I mean, next time I'll ask for more on that one. But anyway, so we're going to head back to Murfreesboro and we'll get loaded up this afternoon. So it's 4.5 hours from now is when the appointment is. So we got some time. I might see what Mrs. Velox is doing. I know she just drove into town, into Murfreesboro to go pick up groceries and stuff. So I might miss her because I'm going to be out here for so long. But I'm going to at least call her and see where she's at. See if I can't squeeze an extra couple hours with my bride before I hit the road again. And then we got to start looking for a load coming out of Atlanta tomorrow because that market's not a good market, but that's why you got to get your money going in, and I think we did okay. So, all right. Yeah, catch up with you guys once we get down the road and once we do the things that we got to do. When we make this pickup, I'll check in with you guys then. All right, we are pulling up here, and this guy is kind of in my way a little bit. Ugh. Whatever that is. So it's only 12:30, so we're 2.5 hours early, but I'm pretty sure I can check in early here at this Lineage. I've been here a few times. Haven't checked in this early before, but I know they're usually pretty good about it. But anyway, so we'll check it out. We'll see. All right. Of course, we had a wrong appointment number. We got the right one. Handled that quickly, and we tried to come over here and put it in door 9 with doors closed and tandem slid to the back. So we'll get in here and get loaded up, and then we'll head down to Georgia. Got Georgia on my mind. All right. We got loaded and got out of there. We were in the dock for a while, but we were 2 hours plus early for our appointment. So we got out of there about 4 o'clock, about an hour after our original appointment time. So not too bad. And it was right at 3 o'clock that they locked me in, and then they started loading me at like 3:15, 3:20, something like that. So yeah, pretty good, and I am we're headed south, well, east on 24, but really we're headed south. Come on now, I don't care what the signs say, I don't care what the general trajectory of Highway 24 is. I'm going south right now.
South and east. Okay, fine. South and east. But feels more south than east. Anyway, so we're gonna get down here. I don't know where I'm gonna stop yet. How I'm gonna break up my, my day, my break. I did take a big 3-hour break in the morning, and then another 2.5 or 3 hour break just now. So I can do a sleep and burst split tonight, which I'll need to. I just need to see where I'm going to get to before I do that, and all of that good stuff. So we'll just truck it on down here. We got to get through Atlanta and get on down to Columbus, Georgia, down there by Fort Benning, where my brother-in-law did his basic training. So thank you, brother-in-law, for serving our country this Veterans Day holiday week. The NFL keeps doing their salute to service for the whole week or whole month. So they got all like the camo NFL gear and all that stuff right now. So it's kind of just a general month of thankfulness and appreciation, especially for those who served our country and protected our freedoms and, you know, fought a bunch of oil guys' wars and stuff. We appreciate you. Not big fans of those guys making the decisions, but we appreciate you guys for being willing to put your lives on the line and wear the stars and stripes proudly. And it's you guys who represent who we are more than any talking head or hot air filled suit in Washington DC, that's for sure. So appreciate you guys, and yeah, we're gonna be down there in Columbus, Georgia. So I'll catch up with you guys when we get down there, and we'll see about wrapping up this video. Oh yeah, and I wanted to break down the week that was basically Tuesday to Monday, last Tuesday to Monday, because last Tuesday we were in Pennsylvania, and then we kind of decided to start a new tally, a new week starting on that day. So we kind of summarized the previous 8 days before that, and then we'll do the, now we'll do the previous 7 days, including today. So that's the plan. I'll do that once we get down there. We made it over here to Midland, Georgia, which is pretty much in Columbus. We're parked out here on the street. I'm actually gonna walk over to the entrance. I'm 5 hours early for my appointment, so I'm just gonna go ask and say, hey, what time can I check in? There's different reviews that say different things on Google Maps, so I don't have an accurate idea of when I can actually check in. So I'm just gonna walk over here and see what happens, man. See what happens. All right. So we I saw a couple reviews that said they only allow you 15 minutes before your appointment time, but they give you an hour and 15 minutes, so you can be up to an hour late to your appointment. So he goes, so you got an hour and 15 minutes. I was like, all right. I said, because I was reading online reviews, and some of them said an hour beforehand. Some of them said they got in a dock like extra early. And he goes, no, I've been here for 5 years. I don't know who all, where, maybe they're talking about a different facility, but here, it's been, since I've been here 5 years, it's always been 15 minutes. I said, all right, cool. Then I'll see you at 2:45. He goes, yeah. He goes, you see those other guys down there? That's all those guys tried to get in early. I sent them all back. I sent like 5 guys back to go park on the street. I said, I saw them parked on the street. That's why I parked on the street myself. Figured I'd just walk up here and
make sure I know what I'm doing before I take a nap. And he said, yeah, you know, it's 2:45. I said, are you going to be here at 2:45 or you get off? He said, no, I get off at 11. There'll be someone else. I said, oh, great. Hopefully they'll be as nice as you. He goes, well, I trained him. He should be. Well, all right, we'll see. We'll see. Never can know for sure with these security guards. You know, just like you never can know with just like you can never know with truck drivers, right? Some truck drivers are weirdos. Not me though. Not me. I'm super normal. I'm the normalest guy I know. All right, let's break down the numbers. All right, we'll wrap this video up with last week's numbers now. Like I said, it started in Pennsylvania. So we made our last delivery in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. So then we're counting from there, Tuesday morning through Monday, today, when we delivered up in, I always want to say Clarksville, but it's Cookeville. So from that point to that point, so we went from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, in towards Pittsburgh to Verona, Pennsylvania, then went from there to Bartlett, Illinois, then to Chicago, Illinois, then to Cedar Rapids, then to Mosinee, Wisconsin, whatever that one's called. The town I can't pronounce in Wisconsin, which is like 90% of the towns in Wisconsin I can't pronounce. Then from there, deadhead over to Spencer, Wisconsin, and then finally down to spend the weekend at home and then deliver to Cookeville, Tennessee. So all of those miles were just over 2,100 miles, 2,106 or something like that, like on the odometer. And it was a little higher than it should have been. The shortest route from my Pennsylvania to Illinois load went north and had more tolls and would have taken me like on the Penn Turnpike 76 up there, and it would have cost me a significant amount of money to get out of Pittsburgh, and then it also you know, then I'd be running into the same kind of thing over in Illinois with toll roads and all of that. So I just kind of went through Indiana and we skipped that. So that was one place where we added some miles on, and then everything else was pretty smooth. The only other time that I really added some miles on was by coming home for the weekend. Probably added on, I don't know, like 30 miles or so, maybe 40 tops. But anyway, but we added a little bit of mileage on from what would have been like the most efficient routes. And so because of that, we only did $5,971 worth of revenue from Tuesday to Monday. Once again, we took the weekend off, so it's not like a true 7-day work week. It was a 5-day work week. We did about $1,200 a day, give or take. That's pretty good right now. If I want to make more than $6,000, I need to work more than 5 days. That's just the way it is. And really, it was kind of 6 days because I didn't get home until Saturday morning, but you know, a half day on Saturday. So anyway, so all that comes out to $284 per mile. Yeah, that's where we're at, man. That is trucking in the lanes that I'm in right now. You know, I've talked to a couple people that have direct customer freight that they're just like busier than they've ever been, and they have direct customer freight, and that's how they are. But I talked to anyone who's on the spot market right now, and they're like dying on the vine. So it really depends on how you're running your business. If you've been, you know, focused primarily on cashing in on the high spot market freight rates, now you're hurting. If you took that time during the season when shippers were just getting gouged, and you built a relationship with the shipper, and maybe you took a little less than some other guys were getting on the open on the spot market, and you built a relationship with the shipper, and you did that, then you're sitting pretty right now, man. And unfortunately, the people I did that with don't have loads in the lanes that I'm now running. So I'm kind of crap out of luck because I moved across the country at just the wrong time. But we're still getting $284 per mile. It's nothing to, like, you know, write home about, but it's also nothing to complain about. There's guys doing far worse than that. So I'm okay with it. Yeah, that's just kind of the way it is. And then, so we're going to start our new week basically up there in Cookeville, Tennessee. So the Deadhead down to Murfreesboro, and then getting this load over here. We got 3 drops on this load, and you'll have to tune in for those drops tomorrow. We'll start with this one because I am going to take like a 4.5 hour nap right now. So basically it'll be like delivering in the morning. So we'll do this delivery, a 10 a.m. delivery, and a 2 p.m. delivery all across southern Georgia. So that's the plan for tomorrow, and you guys have to tune in for that one on the next video. But for now, I'm going to sign out and say love you guys, peace out, see you on the next load, next delivery. On the flip side, I don't know, I gotta come up with something else besides see on the next load, because it rarely applies anymore. I don't know, we'll see, come up with something.